Broadcasting from a tiny little town in a tiny little state, on a tiny little planet flying through space at 67,000 miles per hour, this is the Just Josh and Ya podcast with your host, Joshua Hansen.
Thanks, Josh. Sounded sexy. Guess what, everybody? It's February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. You're getting the Valentine's Day Josh and Ya special alongside with the most Valentine person I know, Chocolate Thunder. Chocolate Thunder, how you doing?
Good so far, but
Dude,
I'm not sleeping tonight.
Season 3, Episode 1, up in the house. We had to do this episode because questions are coming in concerning a certain show on Netflix. We'll get to that later, but let's do a quick update for the audience since we haven't been on in a while. We've got a new president that is totally kicking ass right now and taking names. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
We'll see. What was that?
I want to be nice and say yes, but no.
No, you're not buying it?
You can't piss off everybody.
You're not smelling what they're stepping in?
Nah, you got to back it off a little bit.
I mean, isn't that what he was elected to do, though? Like everything he's doing, that's what he ran on. Like, how can you be mad for him doing what he said he was going to do?
Well, because for the last 100 years, when they say, hey, we're going to do this, and this, you'll be lucky if you see the first one.
Right. So he's actually keeping all of his promises. Is that too much for you? Well, you want someone that only keeps half of the promises, that bring you back to a comfort level?
I wasn't really paying attention to the election.
That's fine.
I have no idea what his promises were. But hold on.
That's fine.
Hold on. But here's my thing. If you're the biggest, baddest kid in the schoolyard, you can only piss off so many other kids before they all gang up on you and fuck you up. So all I'm saying is... Yeah,
but I think that's what happened the first time. I think he did get beat up. And now that he knows the ropes, he's like, there's a new sheriff in town and we're going to clean house. Are you familiar with Doge and what they're doing?
No.
So Doge is being led by Elon Musk, and they've uncovered billions of dollars so far of misappropriated funds coming from the government that have been hidden in the books. One of them, for instance, FEMA, or maybe it wasn't FEMA. You're gonna have to double check on that, Jamie. Why don't you look that up? It wasn't FEMA. It was a group. They were spending
USAID
$50 million in a month on hotel rooms for homeless people, and the hotels were charging them double the room rate because the homeless people would go in and they would destroy the hotel rooms. $54 million in a month.
Is that was in California?
I don't know. Look it up. It's just general. Just look up. Just look up $54 million on freaking... And then there was the $50 million we sent to some country in condoms. Like, why are we buying condoms for other countries, bro? Like, I'm not making this stuff up. This is legitimate stuff going on here. You need to pay more attention to what's going on around you, dude.
No, I'm living my life. What happened?
Yeah, well...
Oh, see, if I knew what was going on over there...
You want to live your life knowing what's going on?
Pay more attention. What'd you do?
I dropped my puff stick. Drop my diddle daddle.
Josh almost had a seizure behind his little L-shaped desk.
Dude, it's good to be back though, right? It feels good, doesn't it feel good to be back in the studio doing what we love to do?
Yeah, in the fucking driver's seat and the way back in the bus seat.
Yep. So Daniel's not running this show, but on the shows, when we start having guests come on, he's going to take over the captain's chair. And I'm really super excited for that because I haven't had the opportunity to just sit and talk to a guest. I'm always having to run everything. And see, it's not as easy as it looks, huh? Like you get up here and start looking at everything and you're like, wow, there's actually something to this.
But then once you kind of look around, it's like, okay, that's what that is. I mean,
sure. It's like anything else.
Give me 17 more months and I'll have it figured out.
I feel like I could do the same thing with brain surgery. You know what I mean? Watch a couple YouTube videos, dude. Let me take a whack at it. It's no big deal.
Don't push too hard on the gray stuff. I mean, come on.
If they start talking like they're 12, back it up.
Yeah. Whatever twitches, try to avoid that one.
Oh my gosh. What have you been up to, man? Do you have anything you want to report? Say to your people?
No, not a whole lot. Working out of town, traveling, which has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
But, when you're driving on the road, you can catch up with people you haven't talked to in a while.
That's true. You like to talk and drive, like on the phone, or are you talking like you're traveling with people?
Well, either one. I mean, with people is probably a little better.
Yeah.
Except for stagger pee breaks, but I mean, just call people you haven't talked to in a while.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I just called to say I love you.
After the podcast.
After the podcast. We're not doing that right now.
Or ever.
So, the reason why I thought we should do a podcast is I've been getting a lot of inquiries in town and on the webs about this new TV series that's come out on Netflix called American Primeval.
Never heard about it.
Never. Damn it, Daniel. I knew this was going to happen. You talk a big talk, and then it's time to put up, and you tuck and run.
All right. No, so this is what happened. I heard
you were one of the people that called and asked me questions.
I know. It was a dare.
Oh, who dared you? Well, that's a real bad dare. Call the person that'll talk to anybody and ask them about a religion.
Yeah, but look, it turned into a podcast.
Well, that's because I went and watched it and I was like, ooh, that's not true. That's not true.
Okay, well, I went and watched it too. And I was like, man, those Mormons are assholes.
Yeah, that's kind of the inclination that you get.
Well, it's time to cast them down. I'm just saying. Let's go to Utah, boys and girls. They've had a long enough run.
It puts me in a vicarious position because, I don't have necessarily any love for the church, but I hate it when people spread misinformation. It bothers me for some reason. So now I'm in a position where I have to defend them because the stuff being said and that's put out there is complete bullshit.
I mean, all of it?
Pretty much. Like, there are very few things that are accurate, I would say.
According to whom?
According to history, like real history, like history that you can look up in the history books, U.S. history.
Not fake history?
No. See, that's the thing.
History is just a written word. Like, well, how can you prove that what they did in the series is not actually what happened?
Because we have records of what actually happened.
Yeah,
we have
investigations. Who wrote those records?
The United States government did.
The government? What's the government?
The government at the time was ran by Buchanan. He was the president.
But okay, when you dwindle it down to the nitty gritty, right? There's one person writing this shit down.
No, there's several people writing this stuff down. You have people that are writing in journals. You have there's a whole bunch of things that come in that attribute to history, bud. There's just not one freaking guy sitting on a toilet and I do say on this date in 1884, he did smack his woman.
I love how I just made you fucking explain history to me.
You're such a dick. You know what, dude? I don't know why I do this to myself. Seriously, I get done and I'm like, why do I want to hang out with him? He's just always punching me in the stomach.
No.
Are you laughing with me? Not at me.
We're all laughing together. I mean, because you're punching me back.
I've never punched your society. I don't know where the hell you come from.
Physically, emotionally, or
I was like, if I'm gonna hit him, how do I hit him? Is it the German? Is it were you religious growing up? Have we ever talked about that? Lutheran, that's right. Man, you guys chose the wrong religion, didn't you?
Yeah, I think we did better than you.
You should have come over to the Mormon side, bud.
Nope.
Could have saddled you up, given you a couple of wives, and said, "Come on, till the land."
They didn't have Mormons in the
Daniel's like, "Hell yeah, I want to till my land with my 15 wives."
No, one's too many.
Okay, well, so how do you want to go about this? Do you want to ask me questions? Do you want me to, what do you want me to do?
Oh, okay. How about you explain the series first?
Okay, so the series, from what I've been able to ascertain, because they're kind of loose on dates, but from what I've been able to ascertain, they started out in 1857 because Sarah's just getting to the fort, and yeah. So I mean, first of all, I mean, we all know there was no Sarah. So I mean, let's start off with that. All of the characters.
Okay, that was circumstantial. Like, how do you know there was no Sarah?
Oh my gosh, I'm not explaining history again, to you, Daniel. You're not. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me again.
My bad. All right,
President Bush.
So explain it. Anyway, there's no Sarah. Continue. Sorry.
There's no Sarah. So, for instance, in the very beginning, they say that they portray the Mormons putting pressure on Jim Bridger to take over the fort, and the accurate history is that in 1853 the Mormons had already taken over Fort Bridger, and the reason why they took it over was because he was illegally trading to the Indians stuff that he shouldn't have been trading to the Indians.
Is like United States law or Mormon law?
This is United States law.
Okay. So they didn't mention that in the series.
Did they?
They said something like, hey, we're going to come and take this over because you were
but the way they portrayed it, I know, but it's the way that they portrayed it. Brigham Young shows up and he's got his henchmen with his guns and they're like, listen here. And that never happened. What happened was Jim Bridger, his little wiener fell off and he went trucking into the prairies. He took off. The Mormons took it over after he left. So there was no him doing that during this timeline.
What do you mean his little wiener fell off?
His little wiener fell off because he was scared.
Oh, Jesus.
It was cold. You saw how cold it was.
I was like, holy crap, how bad was the syphilis back then?
No, after he lost his wiener, he was like, I can't do this. I can't run this fort without my wiener. I'm out of here.
Okay, so there was no explanation on that part.
No, that wasn't. Nor was it true, but that's okay. We're going to hit it. We're not a news station, all right? We're a fusion between bullshit
and going full retard.
Yeah, I mean, do your own research for God's sakes, but I'm going to give it to you the way I know it.
Hey, guess what? If you're listening to this, you're not reading a book.
Oh, geez. And you know what? And good for you. You can't read a book while you're driving down the road. That's 100% cause of deaths.
Almost.
You only got about 45 feet before something's going to happen.
No, you got to fucking be able to switch your eyes.
So also in 1850, before the 1850s, Utah was known as Deseret. It was not known as Utah, and it was not known as Salt Lake.
So what does Deseret mean in the old
Deseret is an industrial name. It's the beehive state, so they're all about industry and that stuff. And as a matter of fact, if you go to Washington D.C. and go to the Washington Monument, on the bottom of the foundation, it has all of the territories represented, and Utah is on there as Deseret. Oh. So there's some facts for you. So yeah, so by 1853, so in 1850, Utah was known as Deseret, and that is when Brigham Young became the governor. He's the first governor of the Deseret territory. Now, on September 9th in 1850, Congress creates the Utah territory, named after the Ute Indians.
The Paiute?
The Paiutes. And you know what Utah means in Indian?
I don't.
It means people of the mountains.
That's very deep.
It is deep. So don't mess with the Utes, man.
You're more of a jazz to me.
Shut up. Listen. So the Mormons in 1853 already have control over Fort Bridger. That's just a fact. Everyone needs to get over it. Also, during that time, there was the Walker War, which was the conflict between the Utes and the Mormon settlers. And that went on from July 1853 to May 1854. And that was, because the Indians were pissed that, white people were coming in and settling because
how dare
come in
they?
and rape their land.
How dare
no
they?
kidding, right? This is God's land.
Yeah.
Bam.
You need to open us or welcome us with open arms.
You better be careful. We get to stop dating your daughters again. You saw when we brought over John Smith. John Smith came and did whatever he wanted to do. He wanted to poke your harness.
Yeah, and then there was a Joseph.
Yeah. Okay. Also, in 1853, there was the Gunnison Massacre, which took place on October 26th. Captain John W. Gunnerson, who was leading a survey for the Pacific Railroad, along with 7 of his men, were attacked by the I always screw this name up. Pavance Utes. It's one of the Ute tribes. Look it up.
Yeah. I didn't know there was one.
So then so all of that happened before, and they kind of embellished the dates. And I get it. You do that for the movie thing. Here's my whole problem with it. Okay. Is you're representing a factual people and you're painting the people in a terrible light when that's not how those people were. I'm not saying they weren't crazy, dude. I mean, I used to be one. I got it. I got you. I feel everybody there. But I hate it when people present a historical video or whatever, and then they paint those people as being that way when they just simply weren't that way.
Right. But I mean, it's also a TV series
that says it's based on actual events.
Based on actual events.
Right.
They could have get one name right in the entire show, and it would be based on actual events. Like they crossed a creek.
What I'm saying is people that don't know anything about the story, because the story is a crazy story, rather you like religion or not. The story of the Mormons making it from Nauvoo over to Salt Lake is a crazy story. Because everyone wanted to kill the Mormons.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
There's only so many women around and you want to marry multiples? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, whatever. Anyone could have saw that and been like, that ain't worth it. That obviously is not the true religion if you got to walk around more than 3 women to get to the highest kingdom. Hell no. That ain't happening with me. It ain't happening with nobody. I ain't going to jail for you. I ain't going to jail for no one.
Damn, that took a hard left turn.
Sure shit did, man.
You fucking nailed
it's like,
it.
so wait a minute. I can be saved and I can live for all time in eternity, but I have to do it with the 13 women. You know what? I'm gonna go back to the Catholics. It was hard as a boy, but now that I'm older, I don't have to worry about it anymore.
I'm already bald in the back. You're a good boy.
Oh, that's terrible. But true. Okay. We cannot tell a lie.
That's a different guy.
So they also allude towards the Mormons going and fighting the U.S. military, which even though there was obviously conflict, there were never any wars per se between the Mormons and the United States military.
They didn't portray a war. They portrayed a battle.
Well, yeah, and there wasn't one. So,
but how do you know?
Because the Utah War that they're referring to lasted from 1857 to 1858, and it was also known as Buchanan's Blunder. Was largely a conflict of maneuvering and posturing rather than any significant battles. And the primary concern from the United States is there was this new governor that was raising up this settlement, and they weren't being conducive with the laws of the United States, because it was obviously not. Congress didn't appoint anyone to be governor. Brigham Young just was the governor. So he was worried that they were going to start doing some unruly shit down there and create a theocratic government that,
like a free state.
Yeah,
or
pretty much.
Country.
So he wanted to install a new governor. That's why he sent the United States government down there. And the Mormons were like, hey, we've been chased from place to place. We finally found a place that no one's here, and we'll be damned if you're going to come in and start telling us what to do. So that was the stand, but it wasn't anything that ended, like I said, within that year. And there was no big, obviously they ended up getting along at some point. So let's get to the heart of the story. which is the Mountain Meadow Massacre, which did take place. It did happen.
By Mormons.
Two
Mormons.
Well, kind of.
And around Mormons.
Kind of. This is as it's been recorded in history. Okay. So it was around July to August of 1857. The Baker Francher Party, which were a group of immigrants
out of Arkansas.
Yes, and they were moving from Arkansas to
California. Good job.
You know your history. Very good. And as they were going through the Utah territory, which they ran into the Nauvoo Legion, which basically the Mormon
army.
The Mormon army. And that happened on September 7th, and they got attacked. And then when they surrendered, the leader, which was John D. Lee, who is a piece of shit, and we admit he's a piece of shit, and he got executed for it later on. Kinda. They executed everybody. Now, people have, and that's another thing, people spread misinformation. They killed everybody, the women and the children. And although they did to some extent, the children were spared. There were like 17 children that were spared and later returned to their family in Arkansas.
What ages?
I don't know the specific ages, dude.
Well, I mean, you don't have to kill the
how do you want
ones.
how do you want me to have that freaking memorized? You're lucky I know what I know, bud.
I'm really impressed.
Are you? Yeah. Well, I had to grow up listening to this shit, man. So that's all I'm saying. That's my only dig on the whole thing is like, it's fine, tell the story, but tell it right. Don't make the people look like they were this crazy fanatical people that wanted to kill people, because that's not how they were. They just weren't. They just weren't. Brigham Young was never in a duel or a fight with some, like the dude never shot anybody. He paid people to do it. I'm joking. Or
he just paid people not to tell anybody else.
No, that's not the way it went down. Look, after
how do you know that's not the way it went down?
I'm going to tell you, because after that happened, there was a huge federal investigation. And Brigham Young participated and gave information to that. And after, I think it was a couple of years, like they investigated it for a long time. It came down to John D. Lee wanted to kill these people, and half of them dressed up as Indians, and to try and pass it off like the Indians did it. And he was eventually executed. Now, here's a weird thing, though. The actual attack when they killed everyone was on September 11th. How creepy is that?
That is creepy.
Yeah. So on March 23rd, 1877, John D. Lee was executed for his involvement by a firing squad.
Yeah, but if they had 2.5 years to debate all this stuff.
Dude, 2.5 years, it took 7 days to get from Salt Lake to St. George. Dude, they couldn't call someone on the damn phone.
I know, but I'm sure people gathered around and, hey, let's talk about this shit.
They did talk about it. He got his due justice, and the dude got his dick blown off. What more do you want? He's dead.
I'm saying, you don't think in 2.5 years a religious leader could have talked somebody into taking a fall for him?
Well, they knew things about Jesus 2,000 years after he bit the dust. So, I mean, allegedly.
That was a big jump.
It wasn't a big jump. Yes, there was some time that went by, but what I'm saying is, in all of that investigation and interviewing people and interviewing the kids that survived, they were able to give a true account of what happened. And even though there were Mormon people involved in it, Brigham Young never told them to go and kill those people. That's all I'm saying. It never happened before, and nothing ever happened after.
Okay, but these are accounts and stories and secondhand accounts and thirdhand accounts and written down after hearing story after story.
Well, then how do we trust anything then?
Well, you really can't. So
really?
So you
don't know that George Washington? Well, it says George Washington was the president, but were you there? Were you there, Daniel? No. So how do you know he was the president? Oh, because people told us,
right?
And they wrote it the fuck down.
They wrote it the fuck down. Okay, it's a lot easier to say George Washington was a president than it is like on fucking this day on 1843, so many fucking people came and did this, and half of them were dressed as Indians and half of them were masked. It's a lot of information.
Yeah, it is. That's why it took them a couple of years to get it all figured out. Would you have been happier if they were like they looked at it for a week?
No,
and they were like, okay, here you go.
I would be happier if you were not so adamant that it was 100% what happened.
John D. Lee. John D. Lee is the guy that you should be mad at, and he got his face blown off.
Okay.
So that's all I'm saying.
But maybe he was influenced by
in the
other
show,
people.
they make it look like Brigham Young wanted that to go down, and that's not what happened. And at that timeline, to go back when all of this happened, and they said that Jim Bridger was still in control of the fort, and that wasn't accurate either. He'd already long gone by then. So see what I mean? Like they took it and they mashed it around.
They used based on a true story as loosely as possible.
As loosely as possible.
And they had an agenda.
That's all I'm saying. Yes, I feel like it was there you go. I think that's my biggest problem.
They were
I don't know if
the Mormon
guy's
faith.
like an ex-Mormon or what the deal is, but somebody somewhere got a wild hair up their ass and they were like, we're going to freaking, you know what I mean? But they were a persecuted people that moved from one place to the next place. Now, why that happened, that's another opinion, and that can be a whole other podcast. Okay. Like, I don't agree with a lot of the deep doctrine, and that's why I bounced, but I'm not going to sit back and let people, especially when I know this history, not from the Mormons either, from real other books. Accounts, because I mean the church did a lot of things to bury a lot of things back then. Yeah,
tell me again how Joseph Smith got killed.
Joseph Smith had to turn himself into Carthage jail, and the way that history says it happened is an angry mob showed up, and him and his brother Hiram were in a room. And they were coming up the stairs and they pushed against the door to keep the door from going on. And someone shot through the door and shot Joseph Smith. And he turned to allegedly jump out a window. And then he was shot again. And then he died. And then after he died, Brigham Young was like, we need to get the Saints the hell out of here. And so once again, they uprooted everything. And I've been to Nauvoo. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty
Where is Nauvoo?
Cute little town. It's in Nauvoo.
Is it Missouri?
Yeah.
Okay. Like near Kansas City?
No, it's further north.
Okay.
I don't know the exact coordinates, but I can get them for you if you'd like.
Yeah, can you write them on a napkin?
I will. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll text you. Because we can do that now. If we would have been back in 1853, I'd have to write you a letter. You get it in like 3 months.
I know. I was sliding it across a table. Like almost faster than a text.
But I will say this, other than it being bogus on multiple accounts, it's good acting, and I like the cinematography and I like the storytelling.
No, it was great. It was a good story.
Well, kinda.
I mean,
not really happy for anybody.
I mean, everybody died at the end, which almost, but I was like, who the fuck am I hoping for? They're all assholes. Nobody was clean. Maybe the Shoshone. Just got the hell out of there.
Yeah, dude. I can't keep track of all of the different Indian tribes and everything, man. I've never been good at that. Even as much as I've read about it. It's like I couldn't tell you the difference. Yeah. Crazy.
I know there's like the Miamis in Illinois, and we got, what do we have east here? Oh, fuck. Potawatomi.
Potawatomi.
Whoa.
Dang it.
Do the disclaimer.
The following opinions expressed are not necessarily those of the Just Joshing You podcast or its management.
Okay, or the previous.
Or the previous management. Or the management thereafter and that will be in the future. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
You're fired.
That's the Just Joshing You podcast.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so do you have any more questions about this stuff? Oh, so do you want to know what happened after? So Utah though later started getting land taken away from them because the United States government passed a law that said that polygamy was against the law. And after
well, it's in the Bible.
Well, it doesn't matter. We have the Book of Mormon, dude.
It trumps the Bible.
It's our own Bible.
Turns out when you write something new,
we say who? Your body, my choice.
You can take the Josh out of Utah, but you can't take the Utah out of Josh.
So after Brigham Young, there was John Taylor, and John Taylor was totally for polygamy still, and he defended it. And then after he died, like I think it was 1887. You have to look that up.
Yep.
Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, in 1890, Wilford Woodruff.
Yep, 1887.
He received a revelation that they need to stop the polygamy thing because they were about to take everything away.
Right.
And so that's how Utah got its shape that it is today, because that's what, after they took everything else, that's what we were left with.
Just a shitty
You're
part.
welcome, Nevada.
What did Nevada get?
What they got?
Have you flown over that place?
Several times. My favorite place is in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You don't like Vegas?
You know why it's so bright?
Out here in the Midwest don't like Las Vegas.
I've never been. But you know why it's so bright?
Wait. No. Stop. You've never been to Las Vegas?
I have not.
Dude, we're going. I'm taking you to Las Vegas.
$20,000 fucking tab?
No.
Let's do it.
$20,000
Woo!
tab.
You guys heard it tonight.
We can get there for like $59. We'll fly.
Can I save some money for a Whopper?
Yeah. You got your Whopper right here. Don't say that in Vegas. Whopper means something else down there. Listen,
what does it mean?
But we're going. I'm gonna make this happen.
Let's do it.
We're gonna go down to Vegas, and we'll take the podcast with us.
Sure.
And we'll sit there on the strip and just say, "Hey, you want to come? You want to come be on a podcast?"
You got to finish that fast.
I probably shouldn't say it like that. You want to come be on a podcast? Come again? Oh, that was you this time.
Should have ducked.
That's why I always wear safety glasses
and a face shield. COVID never dies.
I'm sick of being sick.
I know, right?
But yeah, anyway, that's the Utah history lesson for this day.
I think it was a great show. I mean, everything was well played and
well acted.
I mean, it was all
except for the boy with the leg.
I mean,
which is kind of weird. So, because there's a story about Joseph Smith when he was younger and his leg, something happened. I don't know if he got like an infection or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't drink the alcohol to dull the pain because he didn't think drinking alcohol. I'll tell you something right now, dude.
He probably watched his uncle die.
I would have chugged that shit.
Oh yeah,
they were freaking cutting into my leg.
Oh hell yeah,
hell yeah.
I mean, you probably don't want to wait 30 minutes for it to kick in, but
no,
it'll make you feel better.
It might, kind of.
It'll like emotionally harden you to the pain, so you don't cry like a little bitch. I don't know. You know what they do in the movies? They breathe real hard,
yeah,
and then bite down on something.
Dude, I was thinking about that the other day. It's interesting you bring that up. I was thinking about that. I'm like, dude, if someone was going to do something like that to me, I would want something in my mouth. Because
you don't want to bite your tongue off.
Imagine the pain. Well, I wouldn't you also worry about shattering your teeth because you're biting down so hard because of the pain? Like, I think about being in that much pain and gritting and just crushing your teeth.
Yeah, you gotta breathe through it.
Really?
That's what they say in Lamar's class. I'm just saying, like, if they can fix that, then it's got to fix everything else.
Oh, should we talk about the Super Bowl? Did you even watch it?
Not a second of it.
Man, dude, it sucked.
I almost slipped into a room where it was on, but I fucking did a comment.
Everyone was like, Josh, why aren't you more depressed? And I'm like, I've been a Utah Jazz fan my entire life. We're used to disappointment.
Depression is a norm.
We've been here before.
Oh shit. No,
waiting for Michael Jordan to come out on the field. I'd be like, son of a bitch, every single time one of my teams gets anywhere.
No, the funny thing though was, like on Snapchat, normally like when there's a big game, you just get snap after snap after snap, and then I only have 2 friends that are Eagles fans, and the entire Super Bowl, I'm sitting there like looking at my phone, there's nothing, and then there's like my 2 fucking Eagles fans are like, whoa, just going nuts all fucking night. Not a fucking Chiefs fan snapped the goddamn thing all night.
No,
except for Mike.
Yeah. Except for Mike.
It was right at the beginning. I don't think they've even come on a field yet.
It was bad, dude. It was so bad. And the halftime show sucked. It's just not the way it used to be. Even the commercials weren't that great.
Yeah. That's what I hear.
Yeah, it's bad. Well, what do you pay attention to? What do you pay attention to we can talk about?
So at work. Oh, fuck. Not a whole lot.
Like, what are we supposed to talk about?
I don't know. We need a third person so we can bounce ideas off of them.
Now you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Everyone that's asking me about the podcast is like, Josh, well, you don't need anyone. Just get on there and talk. It's like, dude, what the hell am I going to talk about? And who wants to listen to me talk the whole time? Nobody.
You do.
I don't. Dude,
no,
what the hell's that supposed to be?
I'm sorry, that was a sick burn.
That was rude. That was a burn.
It took a second.
An unnecessary burn.
I love you. Anyway.
Yeah, that's how they always ended, isn't it? Right after they rip your heart out of your ass. I love you.
Don't tell your
that
parents.
makes it all better. Thanks. I'm just going to take my heart, what's left of my asshole, and I'm going to leave.
No, stay. It's fun. Oh, fuck. What were we talking about?
I don't know. But I just, going back to the thing, I just wish that when people referenced historical things, they did it appropriately. Because when they use all the other history stuff, people assume that that's true. Like, you know that there's not a lot of people that after go, I'm going to research that and find out if that's even accurate.
Oh, yeah, nobody.
Nobody does.
No.
So now all of a sudden they're like, man, you Mormons were a bunch of crazy people. Maybe, but we weren't killing people.
I mean, who knows?
No.
You can't prove it.
Why
but anyway.
You can't prove it. Yes, I can.
There's history books. Not proof.
Okay.
Just stories.
Okay.
Like the Bible. Anyway. You have your own Bible.
Hey, not many religions can say they got their own Bible, dude. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We're going to copy yours and change some shit.
That's always been a question on my mind, though. Like the Book of Mormon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because they say that Joseph Smith wasn't very intelligent.
Or literate.
But I mean, you'd have to be something to come up with that story. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it literally just means you can't write it down.
Well, right. So it'd be kind of interesting to like go back and find out what happened.
I don't know. I think I'd have to be in a fucking soundproof bubble because I'd be laughing my ass off the entire time. Like, you dumb motherfuckers. You actually believe this guy? What the fuck?
No, it doesn't. Well, when you look at it from the outside, it is a, but I mean, anything is though, really.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know what I mean?
Hindsight is 20/20.
It sure is.
It's so much easier to fucking look back.
Like, I love it when people make fun of some of the things we do, and it's like, seriously? Well, what's your religion? Oh, yeah, no, you guys did it way better.
I know. You all fail.
You guys suck. You suck again.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Hindus. I don't know why he's mad at you. Jesus. He loves beef.
It's what's for dinner.
Should be. Oh, hell.
Did you see that the Gulf of Mexico was renamed to the Gulf of America?
Yes.
Yeah, buddy. That's my buddy T.
I feel like
T-Rump.
that's a battle. Why?
Dude, it's a chess move. That's all it is. Here's the thing that people can either accept or disagree with, and it's fine. My humble opinion is that Donald Trump, when it comes to negotiating, is brilliant. He is. And what he's doing is he's just flexing. That's all he's doing. He's saying, hey, there's a new sheriff in town and we're not going to put up with the bullshit anymore. You want me to prove it? I'm going to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
Well, I get like a little flex here and there, but don't fucking flex all the time. You're going to fucking throw a peck out. But you know what? You can flex all you want until somebody jacks you in the face.
No one's jacking us, dude. They already tried to shoot him. Look at how that turned out. Yeah, exactly.
Well, he hit him.
Barely.
I mean, a hit's a hit.
No one wants to say it, but what a loser of a shot. You know what I mean? It was only 150 yards, dude. Like everyone out here in the Midwest was like, really? I hit my brother 450 yards away.
Running. Towards me.
With his pants down around his ankles.
Towards me?
I don't know. Weird. I was just using my imagination.
Wow. Put your pants back on. Jesus Christ.
Right. My
Sorry,
bad.
Luke.
Sorry, it's back. Yeah. So I just think that it's a negotiation tactic, and so far it's working because everyone has fallen in line so far.
Yeah. I don't know. So every morning when my alarm goes off, it starts the news. And like every morning, I'm just like, fuck, what do you do now? Like, God damn it, I should watch the news more. But then I'd be fucking saying, God damn it.
I had to shut my notifications off. When Biden was president, I'd get something like every 3 weeks. You know what I mean? He woke up today. That's wonderful.
Yep, nailed it.
He took some pudding. Now it's every 5 minutes. I was like, okay, I've got to shut this shit down. We're not used to having someone so proactive in the White House.
I know.
Calm down. This should have taken you 2.5 years.
Fucking decades, maybe.
Yeah, no kidding.
Jesus.
You did it in 15 minutes.
Like, give me a couple days to breathe before I wake up. Like, he said, what?
Yeah, what?
Oh, no.
Yeah, what? What was that word, young man?
Fucking 75% tariffs on what?
I think that, hey, dude, and tariffs, that's just history. That's how we used to get the majority of our money anyway. They need to abolish income tax. They need to get rid of it. It was only put in place to pay for the wars.
Yeah, and it never came. But that's the problem with the whole government issue, where once you put a law in place, it's never going to go away.
Let me tell you something I thought about. I think this is how it should be. Like if I was the president, this is what I'd push for. Listen up, everybody, because I might run one day. I think that when times are good, the American people should get a dividend. And when times are bad, they obviously tax the hell out of us and we pay for it anyway. But if they could get this company to where we're actually getting a surplus because they're not taking the money that they're stealing from us and spending it on condoms that they're sending over to another freaking country, then yeah, maybe we might end up with a little bit of money in our pockets.
Well, yeah, but you have like 150 years of corruption. Like, I mean,
oh yeah,
how do we stop that?
You got to start somewhere, though, right?
Yeah, I get that.
Like you eat an elephant. How? Well, I better have one bite at a time. I'm going to finish that for you.
The hell did you just say?
How do you eat an elephant?
Oh.
One bite at a time. You've never heard that before?
I didn't hear elephant. I heard elephant. I'm like, what the hell?
I'm sick. I don't enunciate all that great when I've got mucus coming out of my nose.
Yeah. Me too. Dude, like fucking last weekend, like I hocked a goddamn golf ball.
No, you didn't.
It was close. It was really close.
That doesn't sound good at all.
No, it was terrible. I didn't even gag. But anyway, it was terrible. And then I was fucking hacking coughing all week, and now I sound like this. like a sexy bullfrog. Ribbit. But
why,
sir?
See, that was a good commercial.
That was great.
I don't know why they don't go back to the good stuff. They do it with all the movies.
Because it was probably anti-Semitic.
Yeah, those poor frogs.
I know.
That frog in the middle was black. You know he was black.
How dare they make him speak French?
Oh, that's some funny crap, dude.
Oh, shit.
That is some funny crap.
Yes, it is. What do you want to know?
I think we're good. I mean, I don't really have, unless you've got anything else you want to talk about.
We're gonna do a push off.
What's that?
Like a push up competition.
No, that's stupid.
You get 17 minutes.
I do think though that we need to get some of those guests that want to come on. We need to get them scheduled and get them on the program because it's going to be good.
Okay.
It's going to be fun. It's
Yes, sir.
real good. Everyone that's still listening to this, we sure appreciate it. I mean, I do. I don't know about Daniel. I can't speak for him, but I am, for one, grateful for all of the time that you put into listening to the Just Josh and You podcast. We're going to do more. I just haven't been able to get a lot of people to come on because I've interviewed everyone in this whole freaking section of the country.
You got to branch out a little bit.
So yeah, dude, I can't keep having the same people on over and over again.
I mean, you can have them once or twice.
I got Sean Cole calling me every week. Dude, can I be on the podcast? I'm like, Sean, you need to chill out.
Focus on your music.
Yeah, dude, come on. No, just kidding. Shout out to Sean Cole. Drunk Monkey. Gotta love Drunk Monkey.
Those guys are great.
They are great. They're
Jim,
sexy.
Patrick, Sean.
Yep.
Not a sexy one out there, but
True.
it is what it is.
And you haven't seen them like all together because there's another one named Mark. He's the lead guitarist. You got to come up to Nebraska and see them like all together.
Oh, okay.
They're
Let me know when it happens.
I mean, they're already amazing, but they're even more amazing.
Well, what were the names of the other two guys that we met last week?
Oh, that was Josh and Jerry.
Jared. Yep.
But they were fill-ins because Jim and Patrick got too wasted and couldn't make it to the concert.
No, hold on. Jim and Patrick did what?
Well, they said they were sick.
Yes. What was it? The
I
flu?
don't know if I believe it. If I was Sean, I would have been like, I want to see a doctor's note.
Just a breathalyzer, sir.
Just a breathalyzer.
That's all I want. Or,
Jim, we didn't need a pee sample, but while we're on the topic, why is it green?
it's probably because it's in a Jaeger bottle or some shit. I'm just recycling now.
I wish that we could get that whole band on the program. You know how cool that would be?
We'd have to start 4 drinks in.
Yeah, dude.
And stop wherever the fuck we end up.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to let Jim drink anything before he came to the to the podcast.
Fucking bull in a china shop.
What are you doing with that 55-gallon barrel drum? That's my mug. Oh. Well, right on.
He fucking did you hear he threw his fucking sax away?
No. Oh.
Shoved it into the trash can and fucked it up in like 6 different places. I love the guy.
I love him too. I love
God
everybody.
damn. He shut down every AA fucking he ever went to.
Well, if you haven't had the chance to check out Drunk Monkey, get on the Drunk Monkey website, drunkmonkey.com. I don't know what it is. I don't even know what.
Just type in Drunk Monkey, you'll find them.
Is there a Drunk Monkey Facebook?
I do not know.
I don't know either. Let's check.
I don't know anything.
I'm gonna check. I know, dude. I don't even know why. I don't even know why we brought you on. What are you breathing? I don't know. I've never looked into it.
Helium.
Let's find out. Drunk Monkey on Facebook. Let's see. I mean, if there is, and I'm not a friend of it, that's gonna make me feel kind of like, oh, there is. There totally is. Yeah. Yep, and I'm not. So I just joined. See, I do what I say I'm going to do.
So they have 1,700 members?
No, dude, they got over 1,000. They're trucking.
Yeah, 1,700 is over 1,000.
Yeah, it is. Oh, what is that? What yours says?
Yes.
Oh, mine says 1K members.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't have my glasses on.
I don't have my glasses.
I can't fucking Google anything.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Let's see. Oh, no, they don't have anything posted for their next show. I was going to tell you when the next show was, but I don't know. So anyway, check them out on Facebook if you want to check them out. They're awesome. They're always fun. And you might, if you're lucky, you might catch me and Chocolate Thunder at one of the shows.
I'll be a roadie. Josh will be singing.
Sometimes we do the halftime show.
And I kick Josh's ass in darts.
That only happened one time, Daniel.
And that happened twice in a row.
We're running out of time. Okay, well, you've been listening to the Just Josh and You podcast, brought to you by nobody on this episode. So it's kind of sad. Well, that's what happens when you don't post in a long time. So that's fine.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get them back. They'll all come back to us eventually.
Eventually.
All right. Peace be unto you, and ciao for now.
Stay black.
Catch you on the flip side.
Yep.